Hi and welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. We'll hear from our Deputy Police Chief who just recently attended the FBI Academy. And the Prairie Queen Recreation Area has been officially open for a few months. You hear what that area's main purpose is. And the AAA All-Star Game was recently held at Warner Park. The Omaha Storm Chasers field manager talks about playing home games in Papillion. These stories are next in City Happenings for the week of July 27th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. Newly named Deputy Police Chief Chris Whitted recently completed training at the FBI Academy. He talks about moving forward under new Chief Scott Lyons.
I'm going to not forget what Chief Alous taught me and what I learned from him and what we experienced together, and that's always going to be there in the back of your mind. The exciting part, though, is having a new chief that has different ideas, that comes from a different part of the country, still the Midwest, so all the values are the same and the thought process is the same, but he's bringing in different ideas, a different way to do things, not so much tactically, but certainly administratively, different programs they use, different computer-based ways to track information. So those are all things that I'm excited to learn and figure out how we can utilize maybe some technologies that we haven't yet. You know, we're still a small department, but we're growing quickly. And the way we've been doing things in the past, manual data entry on an Excel spreadsheet work, but eventually it's not going to work the bigger you get. So you're going to need some type of automation for a lot of those types of things. So I'm excited to see what that brings. And like I said, working with Chief Lyons has been great. And I'm excited to see where everything goes as we move forward.
Whitted says with the city growing, priorities are changing.
If we do any kind of expanding, we need to be prepared for that. So we've just really got to get a handle on the organizational chart, how the department's going to grow, what that span of control is going to look like, what that linear deviation, you know, with respect to how we staff moving forward. So that's obviously one of the priorities. Secondly is just getting Chief Lyons up to speed so that he understands how we're presently doing all the things that we do, but then taking what he knows and what he wants to implement and then getting that into a workable transition plan so that we move forward. Now we obviously just completed our CALIA reaccreditation, so we've got to finish up a few things when we go before the commission. So that's also a priority, is just finalizing that CALIA accreditation and getting done some things that the assessors wanted us to finish up. So that's certainly a priority.
The Prairie Queen Recreation Area officially opened this past spring. Mayor Black says the area's main reason for existence saved the city from possible problems.
The primary purpose is flood control, and the reality of that hit us last summer. I think a lot of people remember the heavy rains that we've got, and there was a narrow band of rain that was along here, about 8 inches, and I think it happened at 2 different times. It was downtown Papillion with the fire department and the police department at midnight that night, and I'm convinced that if this structure was not here last summer, downtown Papillion would have been flooded. So the timing of it was perfect, and the reality of why it's here was really demonstrated.
Papillion's Warner Park recently hosted the AAA All-Star Game, and the Omaha Storm Chasers were the host team. Second-year field manager Brian Poldberg says playing in Papillion has been great.
Growing up in Carter Lake and living here, so I'm able to come out in November or December whenever they have something going on, and there are a ton of people that come out, like you said, and it's not just April to September now. It's a year-round deal, you know, creating interest, keeping interest, and you know it's a 365-day job for Marty and his group to keep things going.
A baseball lifer, Poldberg says he's living a great life.
Next to being in the big leagues right now, this is the best situation I could have. I get to sleep in my own bed 72 nights a year compared to leaving in February, going to spring training and maybe getting home for 3 days and then going to Arkansas where I was for 6 years and getting home maybe 2 days for the whole summer. So no, it doesn't get much better than this right here, to be able to do something you love to do and be at home more than I've ever been home in 30 some years. So it is a perfect world right now.
We greatly appreciate your patience with the road construction throughout the city. We work to keep our streets updated and safe for travel and ask that you use caution when moving through these areas. Please stay up to date with what's going on in Papillion. There are lots of ways to do it. You can follow us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter, or even watch our YouTube channel. Of course, information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.